Wine labels and some wine terms can be a little confusing, and some wine labels try to help you, but then they don't because you don't understand some of the words they use. So let's see if we can be helpful today, because a lot of people will not ask if they don't understand. I'm Ellen from the blog Wine Talk with Ellen, and I have here...
I am Matt, her editor and co-star in these videos.
I said to him, because I always suggest look at the back of the wine label, because sometimes they have helpful information, sometimes they do not. So
let's start with this. This is an Eberle Cabernet Sauvignon 2022. This actually gives a very large amount of information. It not only tells you the perfect types of food to eat down to like the most specific things.
Which, by the way, anything to do with anything on a wine bottle are merely suggestions. Yeah. Nothing is engraved in stone here. Everything's based on your taste and your comfort level. Go ahead.
But it does have three terms that I've always sort of wondered what exactly they mean. They're on a 1 to 5 scale, and it comes with the term body, tannins, and acidity. What would those terms mean to someone who's just trying out wine?
Okay. Well, that's a good question. Okay, acidity. What happens with acidity is a lot of people go, oh my God, acid? But basically figure out that if you are having, on a hot day, do you really want to have a cold soda or do you want to have a glass of milk? Because the acidity in a soda, anything that makes you sort of salivate and want to have another sip is going to be acid. Balance is key.
Yeah, because it's important, because when people think acid, they imagine like lemon juice.
Right.
So that kind of thing, like something unpleasant.
Right.
As opposed to something that keeps you coming back. But then there's body.
Okay, so body, think of milk. Do you want skim milk, whole milk, cream? And that's basically its mouthfeel. And certain people like a full-bodied wine, but when they talk body, that's what they mean.
Yeah. And then the third thing here is tannins. I have a basic idea of what tannins are, but what would they mean in this context?
Okay, so tannins are naturally occurring, and generally the thicker the grape skin, like a Cabernet versus a Pinot Noir, which has a thinner grape skin, will have more tannins. Now tannins, they'll say it adds structure, this and that. It does, but that's sort of like under the hood stuff that you really don't need to know. I mean, you may want to, in which case, go ahead. But tannins are the ones that you are going to feel. You're going to start, if you go like this, it feels like it's coating your teeth. Basically, all of these things should be so well balanced that you don't even notice one of them. Now, Eberle happens to give you a lot of nice information on the back. Not every wine
is.
Like this. Okay, now
for example, here's a Kuka Spring Vineyards Riesling, and the thing is, it tells you. It does tell you there, but this tells you more directly. Notes of this wine include golden peach and orchard blossoms, followed by a citrusy mid-palate, finishes with texture and energetic acidity. I mean, this sometimes can make wine seem intimidating, because it's like, oh, do I have to taste all those flavors? What if I don't know what they taste like? And it can create that sort of...
I don't happen to like wine notes. Some people love them. One wine note was like, this belongs on a night that's stormy outside and watching watching thriller movies. That's fun. It places you there. Some of them are helpful.
Although on paper, that's sort of a weird thing. This is a good wine to drink in the rain. You're like, what?
Am I out in the rain?
Yeah.
Okay, but this is helpful for one thing. Now, wine, any of those descriptors, if it works for you, fine. I can't stand them.
But then there's another reason we're looking at this bottle is that it has a dry to sweet meter. What would dry and sweet mean? Because,
all right,
with this wine, what would that mean?
Okay, Rieslings, a lot of Rieslings are very sweet, and not all of them will be nice and tell you that with that nice meter on the back between dry and sweet. A lot of that depends on how much residual sugar is in the wine. But that is helpful to a point. This is what it's going to taste like to you. And now dry in this case means not sweet. That is not the case all the time. If you go into a restaurant or you're at a wine bar and you say, I'd like a really dry wine. Dry does not always mean not sweet. So with any of these terms, you're going to ask the person who supposedly knows more, what do they think it is? What does it mean to them when you're asking for that?
Now,
then there are the things that you think you know.
Yeah, well, this is more of a industry thing, but this is a Tablas Greek Vineyard 2019 Tanat from Paso Robles. It says grown and bottled on the estate, and I thought that was just understood,
which turns out not to be the case. This is an example of thinking you know stuff, and it doesn't. Many, many, many wines, that does not apply. When I write about visiting wineries or whatever, I will say there are wineries, there are vineyards, and there are tasting rooms. And they may be in the same place, they may not be. A lot of people buy their grapes. Yeah. The only way you can say where the wine is actually from, if the grapes come from that area, which is why certain wines will just say California.
Red.
Right, exactly. Very specific. Yeah. Now, today we are drinking a rosé.
This is a 2024 Xavier Floret from Comte de Provence.
What was helpful there? What did you want to tell them?
This says a few interesting things the other bottles didn't say. When to drink. Now and up to 3 years all year long. So you're only supposed to drink it within the 3 years it says on the label?
Well, what happens is certain wines will not tell you that, which means that you have a wine around for a while and you go, oh, should I drink it? Or this is telling you, and certain white wines and rosés will not taste fresh and yummy after a certain point. And this was helpful. Yeah. But just know that with wines, ask questions. So I hope this was helpful.
Yeah, these are basic things that help you with basic wine terminology. Please remember to subscribe, like this video, leave a comment.
What would you like to know? If you look at a wine label and you go, what? You will know we are not doing a real deep dive here because these are the helpful things for now. Do not ever worry. Most people don't know these things. You want to be confident. Only you know what tastes good to you. And you ask questions. It's the only way you can find more wines that you really like.
Yeah.
Are we signing off for now?
Yep. So, to everyone, cheers.
Cheers.